got me started. Without me, it's not a party.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. Shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw here. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's at least a couple of times that they've tried to stretch the field here in this first quarter. They haven't been successful yet, but obviously they're going to keep trying, and maybe they'll find some seams underneath as this game progresses.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run.
3rd and long always tilts to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him, and somehow he turned a short pass into a first down.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
This is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Leonard Fournette, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. They'll run for the first time with Austin Ekeler. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's got room. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. This is the tight end, Fant. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
7, Chargers, nothing.
3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal. Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now, 4th and goal from the 2.
4th and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. Leonard Fournette denied on 4th and goal. And the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line. The Charger drive about to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Now he tried to heave it from his own end zone, and the danger, it reared its ugly head.
We have seen those plays work out successfully before. You take the shot, try and gain some yardage. Sometimes you fool them. Not in this case, though. Tried to get it deep downfield. Gets it picked off.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Leonard Fournette. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 14-0.
14, Chargers, nothing.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Here's Herbert. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
The tackling in this game has not been good so far. We've seen our share of missed tackles. Case in point, that one right there. And that miss led to another big play. I don't know if it's effort. I don't know if it's technique. But they'll have to work on that in practice.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on 1st and goal, so a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. They'll drop to throw. Dumps it off to Fournette. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not.
Touchdown! That's caught. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 21-0.
Broncos 21, Chargers nothing.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Herbert off of play action. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Broncos are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question, because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around, or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
2nd down, back to Fournette. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
This to the outside for Mack. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They started on the ground with Eckler, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd and 9, Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
12 to fight. Let's go.
A run with Fournette there as he'll push this forward for about 4 on first down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. Now room for Eckler. And now off to the races down the right side. 20. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you, and let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And you'll see, courtesy of the next-gen stats, he traveled better than 80 yards on the ground that time. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet. But they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray.
And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there. I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Here's Herbert. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant.
And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Dancing to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. The handoff, it's Eckler. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
The quick slant caught. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They snap it to Herbert. He'll buy some time right. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Leonard Fournette with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Chargers, 14.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Eckler. Sheds off the tackle, and he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 122 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On first down, it's Herbert. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Chargers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Herbert. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. A field goal gets them closer, but they say no thanks. We want the lead. 4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And Allen's got it. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Eluding the pressure right.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
They'll run for it with Eckler. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. The run on 4th and goal from the 4 is stopped short, and the Bronco defense comes up big. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down.
Fournette once more on 2nd down.
And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And they'll get him down short of the 1st down, right on the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 33. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college. So sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here.
They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Charger drive about to get going. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack.
Back at the 37-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. Under pressure, they got him again. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to... Gets by him, and now a little daylight. He's by himself, Keenan Allen. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. A big play there on the catch and run.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Herbert now. Flush to his right.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. One last throw here for Herbert.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
So this one will wind up a